Hello everyone and welcome to this widow life. I am currently under the porch painting. I haven't stopped because I haven't got done yet. There's still so much to do. I am telling everybody in my circle. It's not the never-ending story for anybody that's ever heard of that movie. It is the never-ending porch. I have been working on this project since April, and I'm still working on this project, but I wanted to show you this cute little frog. Or it's actually a toad, but look at him. He's so cute. Look at this little feller. Say hello. I know you're scared. I'm scared too. Life is very, very scary, especially when you're interrupted and it changes so abruptly. Yeah, but anyway, he's so cute. I just saw him. But anyway, I'm painting under the porch. I look hideous. And probably could use a little self-care. But let's be honest, that's never been me. My husband, he loved me and the way I looked, and he never ever asked me to be fancy. He took me as I was. I'm not a fancy person. But anyway, hello. And welcome to This Widow Life. My name is Bonnie, and in case this is your first time here, I was married for 24 years and with my husband for 27 years. And this time last year, I was sleeping in a hospital bed. Not a hospital bed. I was sleeping in a hospital chair. And my husband was on life support. And every day was a roller coaster. And unfortunately, his life ended and my life continued. And I've been trying to figure this out ever since. I have horses. If you're new to my channel and you haven't seen other videos, I have horses, 2 dogs, 7 cats, an only child who is a young adult trying to navigate their life, trying to figure out what do they do without their dad. And I normally make a video. Since my husband's passed away, I've only had the energy and motivation to make a video once a month. Just kind of like a how this month went and how I was feeling at the time. So it's the end of May. So I'm going to do this little video of how May went. And May, ever since spring has started and there's so much work to do around the property, is been extremely overwhelming. And I've cried and cried and cried and cried. And I don't feel any closer to figuring it out than when I started. And I can't believe that it's been a year since it all started. It's weird because there's days when it feels like it's been decades. And then there's like days where it feels like it's just happened. And the overwhelmingness when something tragic that devastates your world, that basically it took your world away, but life kept going. It is so devastating and it is so hard. One, you lose everything that you thought wasn't supposed to be lost. And your world is gone. Future plans are now completely disrupted. And we get, as humans, at least for me, I don't know, and I can only speak from my point of view. Everybody deals with it in a different way, and everybody processes things. Everybody looks different. Everybody acts different. I think I am just a very emotional person, and I have a hard time making things look pretty when they're not. You know, like if you ask me how I'm doing, I'm going to tell you that I'm having a bad day. And it takes a lot of people by surprise. Because I think a lot of people ask you that question and they just want to hear you say, I'm okay, or I'm fine. And so when a person actually says, oh, actually today has been really hard for me and I'm extremely overwhelmed, I don't think they know what to say, because they're not expecting somebody to actually say it. So anyway, I think because I'm that way and I'm that type of person, I think that I picture how things are supposed to go in my life and my future and what my future was supposed to look like, and then I just expect it. Like, that's how my future was supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to end. We were supposed to do these things that we had goals for, and my husband was supposed to still be here. And he's not here now. And it makes it really hard to breathe sometimes. So May has really been overwhelming because this is a very big property. And it worked out wonderfully when it was my husband and I, was the wife who kept the inside nice and organized and cooked dinners and made sure that he was getting what he needed while he did the outside work. And now the outside work still needs to be done, and he's not here. Now this porch, we were going to paint it together, because we did a lot of things like that together. We took care of, things that needed to be maintained on the property. If there was pipes that were broken, or he needed some help with dirt work, or anything that needed to be done, if it needed that both of us could do it and it would be easier for both of us, then we did that. So this porch project was something that we both were going to do together, and now I'm doing it alone. And so it's just overwhelming to do all of the things completely by myself, and not have that person there to talk to you, a cheerleader, if that's a good word to use. You get motivation and energy from people, and that's just a fact. And so now everything I do has to be self-motivated, and there's twice as much that I have to do now. So for the month of May, I've talked to 2 realtors and asked them how much I could get for my property. And I've started looking at houses, just because I'm so overwhelmed. And my husband isn't coming back, no matter how much I want him to. He is gone forever. And I don't think I could keep this up forever. So I have looked at 4 houses so far, and 2 of them came really, really close to what I'm looking for, as far as smaller, more manageable, but still having room for the horses and the dogs and the cats and all of us that live here. But they just weren't quite right. And I'm still teetering between the right thing to do and the right place to move, and if this is the right time to move. And I was listening to a widow podcast because there's 2 widows. One I follow on Instagram and one I listen to a podcast on Spotify. And they're very encouraging, and I really enjoy listening to them. And so the podcast widow, she had an episode on Monday, and I have listened to it over and over and over again. And every time I feel overwhelmed, or I feel like I'm getting lost, or just getting to the point of, being in the depths of despair, I listen to her podcast. And she is currently downsizing and moving from her home. And she said that what she first felt and what she first, her first initial reaction was, I'm not going to find a home that I love as much as I love this home. And I really felt that, because so many people that I have told in my circle that I'm looking for another place and I'm probably going to sell this place, the first thing they do is gasp and tell me how beautiful it is here and why would you want to move? And I tell them to be very clear. This isn't like something that's been on my list of future plans. I thought I was going to live here with my husband for the rest of our lives. So it's not something that has come easy. It's been a really hard decision. And I'm not even sure if I've decided. I'm looking at houses. And I know that when I look at houses, it helps me not feel so overwhelmed. So when the widow was talking about her decision to downsize, and she said it was a painful decision for her, but it felt right. And then she thought, I'm not going to find a house that I love as much as this house. She said that she decided to put what she teaches people into work for herself. And she started telling herself that she is going to find the right house, and that the right house is out there for her, and she is going to find it. And that really helped me, because it made my sense of urgency to find a house go away. Because the right house, if I am supposed to move and the right decision for me is to move, I will find that right house. And I will find it at the right time. And not only does that open my mind up to finding the right house, but me taking the time and not rushing and just doing the best I can. If it takes me another month to finish this porch, it takes me another month. Like, if the timing is right and I wait for my timing to be right, that also means that the people that are supposed to live here and the people that are supposed to make their life here and be happy, they will also get this house because I didn't rush out of it. In my thoughts and the way I am choosing to believe. Is that the right way to believe? I don't know. Is that how it really works? I don't know. But I know that when I got that feeling, a weight was lifted off of my shoulder. And I was able to take a breath. And I was able to calm myself and not be in a hurry. And so my month of May, it was April and then into May, was extremely overwhelming. And I felt like my world was just crumbling even more. And I was just overwhelmed and crying and overwhelmed. And then I came to that. And it has helped me have a little bit more peace. And that I shouldn't rush it. And I am trusting that it will happen when it's supposed to happen. And everything will be easy. It's not that it will be easy, but I won't feel like I'm struggling to make things happen because I'm allowing things to happen. So anyway, that is my report for May. My horse Fabio has a puffy inflamed eye and took him to the vet, and he is doing much better. I've done his treatments in his eye, and he's such a good boy. I think he was actually looking forward to his special time getting his eye treated twice a day. And he is doing better. And so that is good. And that is how May is gone. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. I really do appreciate knowing that I have a place to communicate, and the people that have been watching and commenting have done nothing but support me and encourage me, and I really do appreciate you. And I will talk to you soon. I don't know if I will do more than one video in June or not. I'm just going to allow what feels right to happen. And I will talk to you again very soon. Thank you for listening. Goodbye for now.